All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Relatives on Sports Talk, episode 43. We're going to be talking what's up with playoff P? Where does he stand in the NBA? Scotty Pippen being petty Betty to the fullest. This is crazy. Eastern Conference Finals. Are they going to be without their superstars? If so, what's going to happen? Better playoff debut, Booker or Ice Trae? I'm sad to say it, but I think it's going to be an end of an era in tennis. But the NCAA is going to start allowing student athletes to make that money. I like that. And you know, we got to have a Nationals minute since they've been kicking my Mets' butt. Two Nationals are doing some things. One spectacular thing happened today for them, so I'm going to give them some love. And then baseball, I'm going to give y'all one word and one word only. Or something that you better start doing. Alright. So let's get into it. All I've been hearing is Paul George. But he never gets no credit. It's always, yeah, he's this, he's that, but don't forget he's this also. Like, why? Why are we giving him all this hate? What is going on? Why is everybody hating Paul George? Do we forget? Do we forget when this guy was wearing this right here? You know what I mean? When I say I'm a Paul George fan, I was a Paul George fan. Paul George fan. I collect sports cards. I collect all kinds of Kobe stuff. I was doing the same thing with Paul George. It didn't get as intense, obviously, but that's the way I liked him. You know, I got jerseys, Paul George. You know what I'm saying? I got tons of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've known how great he is. You know what I'm saying? His birthday is my wife's birthday. You know what I'm saying? We love some Paul George. You know what I mean? But anyway. So I can't figure out why everybody's hating on him. So we started looking at it. You know what I'm saying? He's had 18 straight games over 20 points. Only 4 people in the history done that. One of them's Jordan. One of them's Cole. And one of them's KD. And the last one is Paul George. Okay? Yeah, elimination games. He's coming through. On the road, he's coming through. It's crazy. But it's not crazy to me. I'm going to tell you why I think the whole thing is what it is. But the last game. First player ever in NBA history in the playoffs. Come on, yo. 40 points on 20 shots. And shot 75% from the floor. Shot 50% from three-point range. Shot 100% from free throws. First time ever. And he plays defense too. People forget about that. I mean, what? People forget about that. I love Paul George. I hate the Clippers because I'm a Laker fan. I'm conflicted, yo. I'm conflicted. If I knew Kawhi Leonard was not coming back, I'd be like, let's go Clippers. That's how much I like him over the dislike of the Clippers. Like, if the Clippers wound up winning, it's like, oh, wow, they won one time in their freaking history. This Laker town, baby. We got the rings. We got the championship. I got one. Cool. Good job, little brother. Pat you on the head. But my player got one. That would mean way more if Kawhi Leonard don't come back. Kawhi Leonard come back, I don't want him to win, period. That's who's going to make my hate more. Just because I don't want him to win 3 rings in 3 different places. I think he's overrated. I think he's a great player, but there's something about... I liked him in college. I don't know what it is, and it's probably just me. I'm sure it's just me. Because I liked him in college. I even liked him in San Antonio. I don't know. I think it's because he stood us up. They both stood us up. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard both should have been Lakers. I've done that trade. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George for AD and LeBron. I'd have took that trade. Just because you know how I feel about LeBron. All right, let me get off of that. But Paul George, we getting all this hate. My question is, first question is he an alpha? And what I mean by that is, can he be a 1? Can he be a 1? You know, can you be the number 1? The answer is yes. Playoff P was here. This is playoff P. This is playoff P going against the Miami Heatles. Everybody forgets the Heatles. You know what I mean? The first super team that started all this bull crap. He was going at him. One season with Game 7, the next one Game 6, but they were battles. And it was him. And he was dunking on him. There's moments. That's playoff P. That's playoff P when he's the alpha. The problem is, he wanted to get out of there because he wanted to win. He thought he had to go somewhere else. Went there with Oklahoma City. What happened? What happened? He went there. Took over. Almost won MVP. He almost won MVP. Almost won MVP. But he couldn't be the alpha there because Russell Westbrook was always going to try to be the alpha. I mean, Russell Westbrook tried to be the alpha when KD was there. And KD's better than Paul George. And he tried to be the alpha over him. You don't think he's going to be the alpha over Paul George? So then what happens? What happens then? Then he goes to Clippers. Kawhi Leonard knew who he wanted. Kawhi Leonard was smart. He said, I'm a two-way player. He's a two-way player. We're going to lock it down and we're younger. Let's go. And they should have, and that's the problem with them. That's why it's a disappointment for them. They don't win. Because it's like, yo, this is the second year. Y'all did this 2 years ago and you didn't win either year. Now Kawhi Leonard's hurt. They were supposed to lose to Utah when he went down. Playoff P came through because he's the alpha. He's on a second wheel, yo. He's still got a couple more years to be an alpha. I'm serious. He does. Maybe 4 years. But he's got to be the alpha. That's why I won't be surprised if the Clippers shop Kawhi. Why not? Shopping for Ben Simmons and something. Ben Simmons, he don't want to shoot, but he'll give you the rock. Playoff P. And he plays defense. I'm just saying, that could be a super trade right there. We'll see how it works. But, yeah, I think he's out. I think that's the problem. I think that's the problem. He's supposed to be the leader. Next 2 to 4 years, he should be a leader of a team. So, that's what I feel about it. And then, so if he's an alpha, is he top 10 in the league? I say yes. I mean, you got. All right, you got LeBron. People always gonna say LeBron right now. Even Kawhi, people gonna say Kawhi. Even though I'm saying get rid of Kawhi and keep it, but people gonna say that. People gonna say Kevin Durant. Sure. People gonna say Giannis. People gonna say Anthony Davis. People gonna say those 5, and you know what? I'm gonna give you those 5. But then we start looking at the rest. I'm gonna give you an argument with them. I mean, you talk about, all right, people gonna say James Harden. I'm gonna be like, well, I mean, I can make a case. I can make a case that he's better. I mean, he plays both sides of the ball. So if James Harden's a 9 in scoring and George is a 7.5 or 8 on defense, George is a 9 and Harden is gonna be like a 6. So that gap is in favor of Paul George. You see what I'm saying? You go Damian Lillard, same thing. I mean, we're gonna do the same thing with him. I'm gonna do the same measurements. You know what I mean? Steph Curry, same thing. I'm just saying. And Joel Embiid, I mean, I can make an argument for either one of them, but I mean that's where we're getting closer. But I only said 5 before, so even if you took Embiid, that's still 6. He's still in the top. There's still not 4 more people better. I mean, unless you try to put one of these young guns in front of him, one of these young Zions or all the John Moran or all that. You can't do that, Jason Tatum. You can't do that yet either. That's what I'm trying to say. He's top 10. Yo, he's top 10. Kawhi Leonard's top 5. They were supposed to win. And I think that's the problem. But now without Kawhi, Paul George is showing you that he can do that. Make that trade for Ben Simmons. Paul George, Ben Simmons. I'm scared of that. Let me know what y'all think about that. Who's your top 10? I know Brandon gonna send me one. Who's your top 10? You know what I mean? But let's get to some funny. It's kind of concerning, though. It ain't really funny. My Pharrell Award. Scotty Pippen out here being petty running this life. He got mad over the Last Dance and all that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, yo. They kind of hammered at Scotty Pippen, yo. They kind of hammered at him. Like, everybody knew that it was an issue about that jump. And they brought up the Tony Kukoc shot against the Knicks, Phil Jackson. He's bent, and Scottie Pippen sat on the bench. So that was the whole reason for this. But he gonna write a book. He's out writing a book, and then you talk about your coach is racist. In the struggle that we got going on, Black Lives Matter, and all these things going on, you go throw race in there that's ignorant. For real, Scotty. Yo, and I hope to God that we find out that I was wrong and Scotty was right, because I feel bad calling you a liar and calling you stupid. Not that you probably will ever hear this, but really? You're calling him a racist? He played basketball in New York. You know, he played with some greats over there. Walt Frazier. And then he coached many black men and had relationships with many black men. And many black men wanted to be around him and a part of him. What? He's a racist. I ain't never seen no hippie, hemp smoking racist like that. I ain't never heard of that. Like, you couldn't come up with nothing else other than racist with all the stuff going on in the world. That's just making everything look stupid. For real, Scotty. Oh, man. Anyway, last in the game, Eastern Conference Finals. Everybody thought Giannis was going to win this game. Trae Young's out there, have no chance. Hawks have no chance. Then we find out PJ Tucker coming out at the end of the game talking about, yeah, we just thought we were going to go on the court and win. What? What are you doing? 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 How are you preparing? What is going on? We're going to get to that. We're going to get back to that. But Giannis goes out injured. Hawks destroy them without Trae Young. So now my fact or fiction. Fact or fiction. My fact says the Atlanta Hawks can beat the Milwaukee Bucks if Giannis and Trae Young do not play the morning series. That's my fact. And I'm going to tell you why, though. I'm going to tell you why people go like, oh, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, they're on the U.S. Olympic team. What? That's going to be another day. The U.S. Olympic team is Zach LaVine. What? Hold on. And the one boy, the Grant boy, Jeremy Grant, that's your Olympic team. You couldn't get Ja Morant. You couldn't get none of these. What are you doing? Anyway, what? But yeah, my fact is the Hawks can beat them. You take away my best player, you take away your best player, my team will beat you. And that's crazy to say that. That's crazy to say that. But I'm going to tell you why, though. I think the mindset of Milwaukee, just like I said with PJ Tucker talking about, yeah, we thought we were going to go on the court like that. Your star player let you think that? Your star player let you think that? What? Tell me a winner and a leader that ain't never been like, yo, don't take nothing for granted. You know what I'm saying? They all up in your face. Let's go. Let's handle business. This ain't no joke. What? Your star player let you do that? And your coach let you do that? Your coach let you do that? This coach been dying to get fired for the past 2-3 years. You keep getting all this regular season stuff, MVPs for your player and all that. And ain't won nothing. Now your best players allowing them to think they're going to just walk on the court and win. That means you ain't preparing them well either. Wow. That's some softy stuff. That's the difference. This is the reason why I think the Hawks can win without the two superstars. It's because of the coaching difference. Coach Bud's been trying to get fired forever. Nate McMillan came in, took over a team that was horrible. And then once he stepped in, they had the best record in the East. So we shouldn't be surprised. When he took over, to the end, they had the best record in the East. Nobody paid attention because they were so bad. They were so bad before that nobody paid attention to them getting to the number 5 seed. Because really, if you look at it, 5, 6, to the 8, to the 10, whatever, it's bad teams. They're bad teams. So they thought, the Knicks are hot. That's the fun story of the year, the Knicks. La, 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 la. And then they beat them, and it's like, oh, Trae Young coming out party. Shh. It's quiet. It's in here. Shh. You know what I'm saying? That's how all that started. But he instills that confidence in them. He instills that in them. Different than Giannis. Giannis allowed y'all to go on the court with a chance to put the hammer into him, go 3-1. and think that y'all were just gonna walk on there and win. Trae Young's boys came out and said, "Hey, our boy ain't out here, but he's in there, he's in there with his teacher talking. We doing these things, and they went and destroyed you." It's the mindset. It's the same thing with Chris Paul concept. Chris Paul's instilled everything in the team, mixed with Monty Williams. They just changed it, the culture, and everything. So when he was out, those 2 games, Booker said, "That's okay. Let me do what I do. Let me do what I do. Everybody else, let me do what I do. Campaign, come do what I do. Aiden, come do what I do. Because we train for this. We train for these moments. We ready to do it." Giannis is just going through the motions because he's a freak athlete. Come on, man. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. I really don't care who wins. I mean, it's a storyline for either one. But I don't want the Clippers to win. I don't want them to win because I'm scared Kawhi Leonard's going to come back. And I don't want them to win together. If Paul George is going to win, I hope he wins by himself. It's some weird love-hate between that situation to me. I told you I'm torn apart about it. But anyway, so we talk about the playoffs and the debuts and everything going on. Who we think stood out the most? I mean, obviously we saw Trae, see what he's been doing. Booker, see what he's been doing. You know what I mean? The playoff debuts. It has to be between them two. Who had a better one? That's tough for me. But everybody's going to pick Trae Young because he's a name now. His personality brings him a name. That's marketable. That's smart. Devin Booker might ultimately become the better player between the two, which I wouldn't be shocked to say that. Because he's bigger and he's longer, whatever. It's kind of like when the Mavericks wanted Luka over Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? He's just bigger. But I mean, hey, Trae Young's gonna get marketed because he's got that moxie about him, yo. And the moxie's gonna make you think that he had a better playoff debut, and that's why I'm gonna pick him. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's what I'm gonna do. But my trending up is the whole NBA future. We talk about these two guys' playoffs debuts: Young, John Morant, Zion Williamson, Young, all these stars, Young, and even our super duper stars. Like Steph Curry, he still got some years left. Dame Lillard still got some years left. But these upcoming stars, who in the draft that's going to happen, what the top 6 is going to be like, oh, you never know. And then there's always ones that come through that nobody thought about. So the NBA future it's something else, man. Especially with that whole G League too. They can go there and go to school. Now they talk about paying the student athletes. Yeah, that's what I said. Paying the student athletes. The NCAA now is going to let you make money off your name, image, and likeness. What? I said, look, I had a conversation with my boy. I was like, yo, man, you need to go out, bust your butt, and do it at your school and market yourself, baby. Yo, can you imagine what's going to happen now? It's crazy, but all I know is I hope my boy go out there and Alabama State and do his thing. And let's market it out, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Swag, HBCU, all right? Let's go. Yeah, I'm happy about that. My trending down, I hate to say it too, man. It looks like an end of the era. The Williams sisters, man. That's my trending down. It might be a career for both. I mean, I'm really sad. I remember watching them when they were young with the little braids in their hair and the beads playing. And Venus was my girl. She was the one. She was older, but she was better in the very beginning. Serena's probably the best ever player. Venus probably top 10 though. Yeah, definitely. But Venus was my one, whatever. But it was fun watching them. They were taking over. You never seen black girls doing this, and they were young. Still, but now watching them now, man, it's like Serena just got hurt first round, had to get out. She was trying to win another major, tie the records and all this. But she's been getting hurt a lot lately. She had a lot of other things going on. I know she had the baby and all that. Just little things have been going on with her. It seems like in the news through the years, that's not like highlights anymore. And Venus been losing a lot that people don't even talk about. I saw she was playing doubles with the other girl, Coco, whatever. But she ain't been winning a lot. I can't remember the last time she won anything. At all. Like, I heard she lost today, and I was just like, I wasn't surprised anymore. And that's bad because when the Venus Sisters were on top for so long, it was a shock to see them lose. We would hope to see 1-1 in the finals. Like, those are awesome times when they would play in the finals. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even watch tennis like that, but I would watch stuff like that. It was entertaining. And now watching them, like, on their crutches and getting to the finish line, it's sad to see, man, because the Venus Sisters changed the game. Changed the marketing, changed the game, changed the notoriety of tennis. I'm not saying that they're the only ones, but they changed it in a different aspect than anybody else could have. So that's my trending down, the Williams sisters. All right, this is the Nats Minute for the 540 Chop on SoundCloud, Drew Harlow. His Nats. They tearing up my Mets lately, man. I'm getting kind of frustrated. We got the best pitching in baseball, the best pitcher at least in baseball. Maybe he might have the best season in history too. But we can't hit the ball. The Mets can't hit the ball. What is going on? Fire the hitting coach. Get somebody else. Let's go. Cork her back. Do something. Everybody else cheating. Cheat. Put buzzers on yourself. We need to score some runs. I mean, I'm tired of being... I was excited for baseball. I was like, oh my God, my Mets got a big player. I'm going to really pay attention to it now. And now I'm sitting here like, same old, same old. But it's supposed to be the Nats Minute, not the Mets Minute. Trae Turner, the shortstop for the Nats, celebrated his 28th birthday, hitting for the cycle. First time in modern era. He hit for the cycle on his birthday. Crazy. Crazy. Kyle Schwarber is pissing me off. I know that. What the hell? He's corking bats. Pine tar. Something's going on. This dude's hit 16 home runs in 18 games. I mean, how they hitting the ball? Anyway, there you go, Drew. There you go, Drew. Enjoy your Nats Minute. We coming back. It ain't over yet. Baseball's a marathon. All we got to do is get in. Wild cards win the World Series all the time. And what happens in the playoffs? Pitching wins. Pitching. And we got pitching. And we got the best. It ain't over yet. Mets coming back. But for baseball itself, I like the wild cards for the playoffs. But I got one word for y'all. Like Charles Barkley used to be like, Ginobili. I hated that crap. As a Laker fan of Spurs. Yeah, Keith. Me and Keith used to battle with them Lakers and Spurs, yo. We used to have some rivalry battles. It was tense. And Brandon, his brother, Laker fan too. We used to be at it. Tim Duncan and his boys, Tony Parker, Ginobili, and then it was Kobe, Shaq, and us, and then it was Kobe and Saul and Andrew Bond. Yo, them times was crazy. I miss basketball like that, mostly because it was my team, but with Kobe. But it was fun then. But here you go, baseball. One word: Barkley's Ginobili. Red Lizard Sports Talk. Ohtani! That's all you gotta say. This guy's hitting home runs. This guy's leading the league in home runs for the California Angels. This dude is stealing bases. This dude is running. This dude's everything. I mean, what kind of athlete are you? Oh, he's pitching too. What? This dude is pitching, striking out people. What is going on? What is going on? Why is this dude not the face of all kinds of stuff baseball? I mean, you're on the cover of games. You better be on magazines. You need to be before every game. It could be the Orioles versus the Yankees. They better show a picture of Ohtani. You had to market this dude. What are you doing? This dude is crazy. What are we doing? And he's Ohtani. So he's, and I'm not trying to be racist or not, but he's some kind of Chinese, Japanese, something, right? And they got more people than anybody. You got all kinds of fans. Ohtani! That's all I'm going to say, baseball. But my pick for tonight's game, which is going to be about an hour. Suns Clippers. Who's going to win? I'm going with the Suns. Going with the Suns to pull off the upset. Because everybody's thinking the Clippers going to win at home before Game 7. I think Chris Paul's going to see it and say, hey, no, I want to win in L.A. I want to win in the Clippers' place. I want to win when y'all had that racist owner that was calling everybody names, talking about Magic Johnson and having all this and this and this. Yeah. I want to win on that court and say, I did it without y'all. Chris Paul, tonight, I did it without y'all. Let's go. Thank y'all for tuning in, Relatives of Sports Talk. Appreciate it.